What's our vision for America's kids? What is your highest aspiration for our young? Well, you know what? We hardly ever talk about it. What is our vision? When you actually listen to people's statements about their dreams for our kids, you hear a very different language. Kids who experience joy, kids who are connected and engaged, kids who fall in love with their life and all of life, kids with kindness and generosity, kids who are happy, kids who contribute. That, my friends, is the language of human thriving.
Our council elected to come on board as one of the early innovator councils, looking at what are the ways that we can change not so much what we do, but how we do it to really help youth maximize their potential towards this idea of thriving. Our society is changing very rapidly, and these guys are really kind of on the cutting edge of all of those changes.
In the 35 years that I worked with delinquent kids there, and as I reflect back on myself as a kid and then my kids that are now adults, you know, the pace of exposure to you name it in the world is so fast now. I think growing up today is very, very challenging. They need experiences that build on their strengths and build on their interests so that they learn to figure out who they are in the world and who they want to be.
The Thrive program really helps kids sort through some of the information that's coming towards them. I think kids get bombarded with a lot of different choices, a lot of different options. And the thing that I really like about the Thrive model is it helps kids have a framework for sorting through some of those decisions they need to make as they grow up.
The core idea in human thriving is the identification of that fire, that inner light, that human spark.
My spark is playing basketball.
My spark is sports.
Is soccer.
Fishing.
My spark is reading.
Karate.
My spark is soccer.
Is reading. Football.
Is tetherball. My spark is tumbling and dancing.
My spark makes me excited because I'm doing something I really love to do.
When I do my spark, I feel good about myself and that I can do anything.
When I play basketball, I'm on top of the world.
It's really astonishing to see kids light up when you as an adult recognize their spark. You recognize their passion. So I ask them, wow, who knows that you're passionate about this? Who helps you with this thing?
My spark champion is my dad.
My spark champions are my soccer coach and my family.
My spark champions are my grandparents.
My spark champions are my dad and my karate sensei.
My spark champion is my mom.
So there's fixed mindset and growth mindset. Fixed mindset means you think you were born a bad skier and you're gonna stay that way forever. And a growth mindset, even though you fail, you keep trying to get better and better.
We have to reward practice with praise. When we see a kid trying hard, that's when we praise them. Because kids who believe that they are talented or naturally gifted at something, when it becomes hard, when they have to put in more effort, they become frustrated and they give up. They develop a belief that if they were talented, if they were smart, they wouldn't have to work hard. So that's what is called a fixed mindset. We instead want to encourage kids to have this idea of a growth mindset, that I can do anything that I will put the effort into.
Reflection is you see yourself in the mirror.
We ask them to reflect on what are the experiences that make them feel really positive, that make them feel really competent, really confident. With older youth, we ask them to engage even more deeply, to think about what it is that they're getting out of an activity. Because a lot of times there's a transferable skill or there's something even deeper. So it's not soccer they love, it's being part of a team and knowing that people are counting on them and that they're not going to let those people down. So even if you're not going to go on to become a soccer player and play in the World Cup, you might be able to really find this feeling of being part of a team and of being somebody who's very dependable in another arena. And certainly we know that teamwork is a really desirable trait in many different fields. GPS, goal setting, pursuit of strategies, and shifting gears. From the very youngest age groups that we work with, we can ask kids to set a goal. And in fact, they do it all the time. Anytime we play a game, there's a goal. The goal is to win. In order to win the game, you're going to need a plan. You're going to need to think through, how will I win? What's my team's strategy going to be? And then if your strategy's not working, you need to change it up. You need to shift gears. Thrive is really saying, what do you want to be? Okay, this is what you need to do to get to it. And I think that really the pursuit of human thriving is what all youth development work is really about.
How we invest in young children growing up will make all the difference in how our world's going to be. And that's what the Thrive, that's what Campfire is all about, is investing in that, nurturing that growth. My hopes and dreams for Alaska's kids are that they grow up in a positive environment with positive adults that help them see their potential. That every kid has the potential to live their dreams. And that all kids would get that, not just those from certain families or in certain neighborhoods or certain communities, but that all Alaska kids could have that same opportunity to live their dreams and pursue them.